Hello everyone, welcome to Anonymous World. Hope you're doing well. So in previous video we covered the lab 1 from API testing. Okay, so in this video we will see lab 2 of API testing. So lab 2 is identifying API endpoints, and within that we will learn how to interact with those API endpoints. So sometimes it is possible that a Swagger file or an open API file, or let's say any API documentation on a particular website is not accurate, or it is outdated, like developer hasn't updated that. So in that case you can identify the APIs like this. Like many APIs have endpoints such as slash API slash v2 or slash API slash v1 or something like that. So by that you can figure out, like, yeah, this is an API endpoint, but it is not mentioned in their official documentation. So you can surely use that to explore the endpoint. Now interacting with API endpoints. So once we have identified API endpoints, now it's time to interact with them using burp repeater or burp intruder. Okay, so using burp repeater and intruder will help us to observe the API's behavior and discover additional attack surface. So like you can try changing the body of the API request, or like endpoints, or change the values in parameters to see how the API responses with different inputs. Okay, so for example, you could investigate how the API responds to changing the HTTP method and media type. So what it means that if an API endpoint is working on get method, so you can try changing it to patch or post or put or options, like whichever is allowed. So get will help to retrieve data from a resource, patch helps to apply partial changes to a resource, and the options HTTP method helps to retrieve information on the types of request method that can be used on a resource. So by using option you can figure out which other HTTP methods are supported for this particular endpoint. Okay, so an API endpoint may support different HTTP methods, so therefore it is important to test all potential methods when you are investigating API endpoints. Okay, so one example is given here. So suppose there is an endpoint API tasks which may support the following methods. A get method is used to retrieve list of tasks. Someone can use post a method to create a new task, and also someone can use delete method to delete a particular task. Okay, now the other thing is identifying support content type. So there is one HTTP header content type where you specify which type of data you are giving in body, like XML or JSON or form encoded, something like that. So you can use that header to manipulate the API. So changing the content type may enable you to trigger error that disclose useful information, bypass flawed defenses, and you can also take advantage of differences in processing logic. So suppose an API may be secure when handling JSON, but that might be susceptible to injection attack when dealing with different content types such as XML. Okay, so let's see the practical. Finding and exploiting an unused API endpoint, practitioner level. Okay, to solve the lab, exploit a hidden API endpoint to buy a lightweight lead leather jacket, and you can log in to your own account using the following credential: Wiener Peter. Okay, so this time we do not need to delete Carlos. So let's access the lab. Okay, so let's first log in. Okay, so username is Wiener and email is normaluser.net. So now you can see we have 0 credits. Let's go to home. So there are multiple products. So let's open our Burp suite. Okay, so let's open it side by side. Yeah. So now let's see, we need to buy this product, lightweight lead leather jacket, and its price is $1,337, and we have only $0 in our account. So let's see what we can do. Let's go to view detail. You can see a get request is made to product. Let's go ahead. So there is description and 9 people have viewed this. If we go to add to cart, a post request is made, and obviously we won't be able to buy that now because we don't have enough money. You see, not enough store credit for this purchase. So now what we need to do is we will try changing that price to $0 because we have $0 in our account. We are totally broke. So let's turn off the intercept. We can go to HTTP history and see what requests are there. So you can see one API request is there, API product one, then price is there. Okay, let's see more. There is another same request. Okay, so let's send this request to repeater. Okay, send. So the response is price is $1,337. Okay, now let's try using options. So we can know what other HTTP methods we can use there. Okay, so you can see in the second line it says get method and patch method are allowed. So we can use patch method to change the price. So let's use patch. Okay, now let's see what it says. It says client error only application JSON content type is supported. So we need to add content type also. Okay, so let's give content JSON. Let's give it here. Content type application JSON, and let's give an empty JSON. Let's see if this works. Yeah, so now you can see it says price parameter missing in body. So we need to give price parameter also. So within double inverted commas, you just write price and also give a value. So we can give there 0. Now let's hit enter. Sorry, send. Now it says 200 okay, and the price is $0.00. Okay, so now let's refresh this page. So you can see now the price of lightweight jacket has been changed to 0. And now we can surely buy this. Add to cart. Go to your cart. Okay, price is $0, and now you can buy multiple quantities too. Place order. Now you can see lab is solved. So we bought lead jacket in $0. So that's how you can manipulate an unused API endpoint. Okay, and you can try with these different HTTP methods to see what error messages, what error information is given, and what extra things you can do with that particular endpoint. So that's all for this video. I will see you next video with lab 3. Till then, keep learning.